Thank you. Great.
Okay. I'd like to call the May meeting of the White Lake Library. Oh, I'm sorry. The June meeting. We're approving the May minutes, but we're going to have the June meeting today. So I'd like to call to order the June meeting of the White Lake Township Library Board of Trustees at 6:46 p.m. And to start the meeting, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Aaron, will you do the honors for the roll call?
Sure thing. President Jennifer Phillips.
Here.
Vice President Eric Shotwell, absent excused. Treasurer Gwendolyn Newton, absent excused. Secretary Carrie Francis present. Trustee Becky Knapp.
Present.
And Trustee William Lonsbury.
Present.
Director April Stevenson and Assistant Director Amy Rosen are also in attendance.
Okay. Could I get someone to approve tonight's agenda?
Yeah, I move to approve the agenda as presented.
A second. Amy's, Becky's second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3 yes votes.
That's them from.
I know. Here. Okay. We have no public today. Was I'm not gonna do anything or just send a picture
When
of
it
what
got
happened.
down to this, we just decided to send around a picture.
Do you want to do that now?
I can do that.
Okay, let's do
So,
that.
just so for some background, we originally had 2 trees the building committee looked at. We said we wanted to put another one in the middle. And this was to get the one because of the building committee. So
Becky, we wanted a third tree.
we wanted a third.
Looked pretty empty without it.
Oh,
So, and to take away the apple, if you will, kind of blend it more.
So the hooks will be like leaves or just hooks or.
Right now, it's just kind of showing like a blend of like the color, but you'll be sure. Yeah.
I think that
Blend
like
like not so out there.
there's in building committee.
All right, thank you. It looks beautiful. Here you go.
Oh yeah. Fills it up better.
So Becky, this is gonna go like, here's the children's desk and there's that wall right there. It's gonna go there for like STEAM kits or backpacks or whatever.
That'll be good feedback because she says that over there.
Yes, true.
So
It's cute. I like how the bags hang on the tree.
Yeah. All right.
Were we gonna approve anything with that? No,
Well, that's just
good.
information.
Got all better.
Okay. Now we just got updated minutes in our pack and I just need someone to make a motion to approve those.
I'll move to approve the May minutes presented.
Okay. Second,
Second.
Becky again.
you guys are fine. It's perfect.
We are. All you gotta do is type, baby.
Doing it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 3 yes votes. I do not have any updates on the president's report. Other than it, my daughter did end up breaking her arm. And it took them 3 different x-rays to find it.
Oh, no.
And so now she's in some kind of splints for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Which is a shame, but it's a shame. At least they found out what was. Being a tough Marine that she is, she was just gonna live with it. And I'm like, you go get that x-ray by somebody else. She ended up going to the Navy base and having those doctors take a look at it, since the civilian emergency proved to be less than successful. So that's it. All right. Right. Vice President is not here. And Secretary, do you have anything?
I have nothing to report.
Okay, and Becky, you're going to present for Gwen?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep. So I guess starting with the finances, did anybody have any questions or Comments regarding the finances and bills to be paid.
I just wanted to add something from Joe, when he sent the board reports to me, he just wanted to let you know that the Schwab balances they did not issue a May statement, that he could find online for some reason. So he had to interpret the balances from activity and performance reports, so it is an estimate on the Schwab balance.
Can I just ask a question? I should know this answer, but I thought we were gonna take that money out of Schwab.
It is going to, one's gonna do that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so we're just,
Yeah, she has to do it.
okay,
Mhm.
all right.
So we approved her to move it
Yes.
to an account.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I thought.
That's what I thought too, but
Mhm.
I was.
I think she's been struggling on getting an appointment with them.
Yeah.
To do that,
Mhm.
okay.
Um,
Was there was no time frame, like it had to be done by X amount of days or anything? Okay.
I make a motion to approve the White Lake Township Library finances as reported.
I will second.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
Okay, 3 yes votes.
and then we do have a CD coming due in August. So I would like to make a motion to roll over $200,000 from the August LMCUCD and issue a check for the remainder to be deposited in the Flagstar account for the up to, oh, goodness gracious. I would say for up to 12 months, depending on interest rates.
So just 200,000 or?
Yeah, we were just gonna take the 200,000 and roll it over, and then the interest that earned on that original 200,000 will go into the Flagstar account.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay, I heard Flagstar, but I didn't put the two together.
So from LMC to Flagstar.
The interest, yes.
Right. Interest of Flagstar rollover. Becky's making the motion. Gary, do you want a second again?
I can second.
All in favor?
I,
3 yes votes.
that is it for the treasurer.
All right, thank you. And April, it's now your turn for the director's report.
Great, thank you. Okay, so our yearly for our annual meeting with our health insurance broker to review options for the coming year. Our open enrollment here is coming up. We did receive and review the audit items, and these have been sent to finance committee for our vision review. And we also held our security party on Saturday, 6th, that was very successful. Communications marketing is going well. Social media stats seem to hover with between a 2.9. I noticed like 2 months ago it was at 2.9, then it went up to 3.1, then it goes down to 2.9. So I'm actually signed up for a webinar that kind of talks about the fact that there's some different social media usage by millennials and Gen Z, and that they're kind of moving away a little bit from it and using it in a different way. So I want to see how that is and what that's going to be for our marketing. So I'm excited to get that and see where that's going. Library app statistics are doing well. We did receive a 5-star on Yelp, which is not very common. Love our library. Workers are always helpful when it's needed. Please support your local library. They may surprise you. Very nice. So thank you to that person. I attended a webinar called Inclusive Libraries Supporting the Disability Community in Your Library. And they talked a lot about adaptive technology options, which the Idea Lab committee and I are very interested in, because you can use the Idea Lab to create a lot of these assistive devices that people need for everyday uses. So kind of excited to see what we can work on with that. Facilities report, parking lot has been resealed and new lines painted. The vendor did have to return, I think, as I mentioned, to provide additional bill in some areas and touch up the paint. Johnson Controls was out for its preventative maintenance, and David refreshed the letters and numbers on the sandwich board outside the drive-up window. I thought they were faded. Okay. So the June book sale for the Friends brought in over $6,000. Amazing. They will be having, just want to get this out there again, in September, Sunday, September 20th, they will be having a sale here in the parking lot. So save the date and more information to come on how to participate in that.
That's not just books, right? That could be,
Right.
that's like a boot sale, like
Exactly.
a garage sale.
Is there any thought of doing the mystery dinner again?
Potentially, but not this year. It didn't work out to do the play they were hoping to do.
Mhm.
Didn't work out.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. They also are doing now pop-up book sales at certain programs, and one of those was the summer reading kickoff, which brought in $122. So that was a good showing. Lots of kids' books went out. So they're singing very well with that.
Okay.
Fall programming is underway, and we are excited to mention that they are planning family and intergenerational program ideas. So we're very excited about that. Our mascots, Fable and Folklore, have officially launched and will start their regularly scheduled content in the coming months. Anniversaries for staff, Maria, 7 years, and Lois, 19. Hooray, thank you very much. And various technology issues were resolved. Amy does a great job working with on these IT issues and working with our consultant to get things done. As always, it takes teamwork to make the dream work. Staff, stats, I should say, wonderful staff, but going towards stats, May is always a little bit down, a little bit each year. You can see over the course of the since 2022. We did have our normal closures such as in service day, Memorial Day weekend, and we did have that partial Saturday that closed. And we do have less programs in May, and that's because staff are getting ready for gearing up for some reading. They're doing outreach, and so they need more time to do that. So that was accounts for why May is historically has its lowness. Otherwise than that, there wasn't too much more that was exciting about staff. I will point out that wow, Canopy came back with like a lion's roar. Higher the highest percent. So great, excited to see that, and we'll keep pushing it. Hope that continues. Even the traffic was up a little bit. They may not have been coming in, but they did go to the traffic pump, so that's great. And the June e-newsletter. So we do have a very statistical rate on this one, especially when you compare it nationally to other newsletters that are open. And one thing I will say is that we are getting record signups on this one, and it has been since the new website because it has that pop up. A lot of more people. So every day I get a report that tells me how many people. I'm always shocked. Wow, that's great.
And I have a question on technology,
Yeah.
where it says you fixed the access for Johnson Controls. Did that fix the issue where this room was so hot on that Sunday? Did that
So
get fixed?
I got to continue working with them, but it does help. So if I can't get to it, then I'm going to call our guy over there and say, you know, look, is this something that you can do?
Okay.
Can you target it specifically? I look at the software. I think they can. I'm pretty sure they.
You know, Amy, have you?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's just gather in place. It
Uh-huh.
sounds like. So it's hard to target one.
That may have to do like this whole wing or something.
Yeah, I think, sure, but I'm working with the guy and, because I really want to be able to do it myself.
Okay.
I should be able to.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of doing it.
When we have programs that are off.
I want to do it before a program. I want to test it
Yeah.
out. So maybe on a weekend we don't have programs, we just have staff plug in.
Yeah.
So we don't freeze people out. But I will say the tinting has helped.
I was gonna ask.
It
Yeah.
really has, because even when we had a lot of people in here, bodies you can't help. And that's why you do have to bring the temperature down, because it's just the pure amount of bodies in this room that brings it up. But shutting the doors and the tinting and with everything, it made a difference. It really has. So
I agree. Yeah. Okay.
A question, so when you know you're gonna have a crowd in here, what kind of lead time do you turn the heat down, or start cooling it?
safe to do it 24 hours
Takes that long?
because it takes time to cool down to get it. I think the embers for last year. If I could have done that one over and really knew that, if we could turn it down for a party like that, I would go 24 hours ahead just to get a head start, knowing we were gonna have, 100 people or so.
Yeah, and excuse me, having worked the book sales in here, once they get crowded in that room, it creeps up all of a sudden, and then it's like sweltering.
Cause after dark, as soon as the sun sets, that's the perfect time. Cool down because it's naturally cooling outside.
Right.
And then the unit doesn't have to work overtime with the heat out there and here, so it helps. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's that. So that's my report.
All right. Thanks, April.
Thank you.
Now for committee reports. Do you want to do building committee one?
I can do that.
Okay.
Sure. So building committee met Monday, June. Actually, yeah, we didn't switch this one. June 8th.
Yeah.
At 3 p.m. We talked about the updates, the building committee goals. Of course, we covered over the sidewalk that still hadn't been done, but needed to be finished up at that point. The generator quotes, we're looking at getting an additional quote, and we looked over the proposed study.
Can I stop you there?
Sure.
Is the second quote that we're looking at for the physical generator itself?
It is for the study.
For the study. Before she left town, she sent me a note about another company. Did she talk to you about a DVS or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So are they being brought into this
They are
system?
going to do a quote.
Okay, because she thought they may come in cheaper than the other one that we did.
Fingers crossed.
There was a possibility.
Possibility.
Just talking to this individual, and then she recused herself from the decision because
Yes.
of that person.
Yeah, I have already reached out to that person and sent them the as-built, and they will start with them soon.
Okay. And they're doing section by section, like I know we might like to have air conditioning, but if it's another $200,000 and reality wise, we probably wouldn't be shut down for that long.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So that it's gonna be like a piecemeal
From what I'm
cafeteria kind of
understanding-
thing.
Yeah, what I'm understanding is that you go like you and Wade had said, add in this out. And then what you do is, as part of that study, you can have those options to say, okay, at this point, we want to go with this lesser one.
Okay.
Another thing that I was talking to the other company, they did one large building such as ours, and they did diesel. And it's the first time I had personally ever heard it. I don't know.
Oh, instead of electric?
Diesel version,
Well, I've heard of diesel generators.
but
The issue with that is now you have to have a tank.
Yes.
Diesel
Mhm.
and there's digging and probably.
and natural gas is.
Mhm.
So it was just.
We already
taking
have
care
gas.
of
This would
another-
be adding diesel into the building, you mean?
You'd have to have a storage tank.
Yeah.
Of diesel,
Okay.
So it was interesting. We'll see what they come up with, but that's where that's at.
And so I just need to follow up on a question on that then. So this referred company is the one that we're gonna get our second from?
Right.
Okay.
That's
Because we
what
had
I
just
was-
said we were gonna look for a second quote
Yeah,
and then,
that was what I was just trying to
And then one was dropped in my lap.
There you go.
okay, good. All right, so painting the building. We went over, the quotes. I think we narrowed it down to two. Again, April reached out to Sherwin-Williams just to see what one of the better recommended commercial paints, which were Duration, which I think I said at the beginning, which is
You did.
probably the best one. So, yeah, the price isn't going to change based on the paint. And then we're working on our references for those companies. Carpet cleaning, we're still waiting to get paint scheduled before we move forward with that. The youth information desk wall, we looked at the designs. I think we saw one of those designs today. And then we rejected any design that had anything to potentially climb on. In addition, a mural option was deemed not necessary or too busy. So, youth department phases, we reached out to several muralists for a quote. Portico design, CQAE is assessing what the needs to get back with a bit of put it into a biddable shape. This will include the review of the existing conditions, code requirements, such as opinion, and any required updates to the drawings. Final deliverable instructable documents ready for public bidding and/or contracting according to library's procurement requirements. And our next meeting is on Monday, July 13th, 3 p.m. via Zoom.
Well, Becky, do you want to do finance committee?
Yeah. The finance committee met Tuesday, June 9th. A budget amendment for the inherited IRA. The budget amendment has been created and will be finalized and brought to the board once the IRA has been cashed out and deposited into Flagstar. The audit documents for 2025 have been received and shared with the committee, and we are reviewing them. We're still waiting to hear back from the auditor on a date.
I can stop you there. It will be in July. Grant will be here.
Okay.
The 2026 budget was reviewed and is on target. We were looking at additional credit card companies. So originally Lake Michigan Credit Union had offered credit cards and they had told me that we would qualify. And I don't know, April and Carrie, if you see my last email, but Scott said he gave me incorrect information. He said because we are a federal, because we don't have to, we don't process our taxes because we don't have to, we are not eligible for credit cards. And he thought we would be, but we are not. So unfortunately, they will not work. And we did do, so we reviewed the CDs. The LMCU CD that we voted on for August will be rolling over 200,000 and then depositing interest in the Flagstar. That will help us meet our 35,000 interest target for the year. And then the Chase CD that was previously incorrectly open for 9 months has been corrected to 12 months. The committee goals for the millage updates, the fact campaign material has been added to the print newsletter and to the website, and posters and signage are throughout the lobby and library and on monitors. Our next meeting is Wednesday, July 8th.
Stephanie, can you just write a note to remind me to talk to you and Gwen about an instrument that my financial advisor, that's just new to them. It's kind of a newer instrument.
Okay.
And it's called it's a note of some kind. And I don't know if we cannot do it, but I don't think it's tied to the stock market. It's tied to other things. And so we might be able to take advantage of it. And it's basically kind of like a CD, but it's one of those where there's no downside. There's only upside. And then it also changes as you remain in the instrument.
Okay.
So I don't know that it'll be any better than what we're doing right now, or if it's more work than what we're doing right now. But I tried to get a hold of our advisor just to ask him if he had any, like a little pamphlet or anything.
Yeah.
And we never connected about.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that it's even available, but it was something he said was new to them. So, anyway,
Okay,
I'll try to get more information, but if I don't tell you now, I'll forget about it.
got a note written down.
Okay. I'll try to do it before your meeting, your finance meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right, next I've got policy committee. Sure.
Our policy committee met on Tuesday, June 9th by noon. We discussed the application for the naming rights policy. We reviewed it. They made a couple of small changes, and this is now ready for use by administration. They also reviewed the naming rights contract, which would come after the application and what will be brought to you as a board. They reviewed it, made a couple changes, and they're going to send that to the attorney for review before bringing it back to you as a board for review. We also looked at 1L, library programs, publicity, and media, which is what you will be looking at tonight. Originally, we were going to combine this one with the photography policy, but the attorney said, you know, you don't need to do that. And so we did separate them. However, there was a sentence in there that the attorney said really doesn't make sense to be in there, and you should just change the title, remove the sentence and change the title, which is what we did. The actual photography policy from the attorney, there was just a tiny few bits of updates, and they are recommending that for you to review, for your review and approval. And otherwise than that, that was it for policy committee. We do have to find a new date because the date we did have is not going to work. So it is TBD.
The next one. And then the strategic planning committee met Monday of this week. We went over the policy and got through like the first strategy. Or is the top level the strategy? Or I don't have it in front of me.
You've got your goals and your strategies and your
Okay.
tactics.
We got the set goals. And we'll just keep doing that at the next one. We're looking to touch base with the community on any underserved people or any types of maybe delivery programs that might help and increase the people that we were able to serve. And our next meeting is going to be in July to talk over basically. So if you've got any input into that, just text me or April and we'll get it all part of that. And that meeting is the 9th of July, which is Thursday. So you've got a couple of weeks to forward that to her. And again, if you have any changes or additions you'd like to see in the strategic policy, we're still on that flex time where we're trying to determine what it's going to look like for the next 3 to 5 years. So please feel free to get those to us. So far we haven't heard anything. So exercise your wishes to do them. Especially, yeah, you, Becky, where you've got kids, you know, and stuff like that. So. Our next meeting of the group, our next official meeting is in September. But we've got this one coming up in July, which is okay. And here it is right here. I do not have any old business on the agenda, correct?
That's correct.
And what's this? Kind of already what it is. Do you need a minute? Are you good? Okay. So I think you're the only committee member that's younger. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about the 1L.
Yeah, so 1L, as you can see by the red line, was previously 1L, library programs, publicity, and media. The sentence, which is smack in the middle, that the director is the official library spokesperson at the request of the library board of trustees. The attorney said that that should not be in this policy, and just to change this, strike publicity in the media, just call this library programs and strike that sentence. And then
So, and I just want to make a comment on, and then I'll make a motion for it. But, in reading the one AA, I actually think that it covers what we just struck out of.
Correct, that's one.
Right. So I caught that.
Yeah.
And I read them in the opposite order, so it makes sense. Okay, so I move to accept the amended administrative policies 1L library programs as presented by the committee and the attorney.
I will second.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
Three yes votes. You wanna do this next?
Yeah.
Okay.
So before you, you have the attorney provided public relations, media and photography policies. Because we have essentially run out of numbers under the administrative category in the public policy, policy committee, with my recommendation, I said, why don't we just move to this numbering system 1AA, et cetera, so that we can continue on rather than renumbering the entire public policy, which I do not want to do. They were very nice to say that that is your decision and whatever works for you, go right ahead. So this is what we're doing. So it is 1AA. See. Real basic. Are there any questions on it?
This is all new.
This is new.
This is new.
This handles our photography from the for staff and how we handle photography in the building, as well as if we are going to be taking photos or obtaining videos of patrons. It's going to require a written permission slip so that we can use those photos. And the permission slip is forthcoming from those. That is administrative, so it's not part of the policy. So what you're just going to see before you is the policy. Any questions on this particular section?
No, you know what, I missed this in the packet, I didn't read it, so it's going to send here.
I think for you, Jen, points of contact, so you're.
I saw that, yeah, on the front page there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good for this.
It does mention, we did want to mention here, especially in that one, points of contact, that President and I are the designated points of contact and official spokespeople. Members of the library board may respond to inquiries or speak about library matters in their individual capacities. However, no employee or board member shall represent or imply they are speaking on behalf of the library unless the board authorizes them to do so. So like if another board member wanted to speak about something, that's what it's saying, that they would have to go to the board and say, do you, and like this.
They could speak, but they aren't speaking to the library.
Exactly.
Not officially.
It's just,
Yeah.
you know, their own thing.
I know that I'm not speaking for Eric, but him and I actually bump into each other on social media a lot, and there'll be issues versus, you know, via the township or maybe the library, and neither him or I will even elude that we're on the board for one, and we never actually give our opinions. We just kind of give an overview of what we think it says. So
Yeah, it's I see the two when I'm on happening, so there they are again.
yeah, and I don't know how it times out like that, but we both are like, and we're both live on it at the same time. It's weird. So,
Okay,
so
so are you looking for approval for this?
yes, yeah, so I'll make the motion again. I move to accept the 1A policy 1AA public relations media photography policy as presented in whole.
I can second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 3 yes vote. Now, are we asking for selection at this point? Do we want to wait till July so we have, well, we don't have.
We just we can't wait.
Oh, we can't.
We actually need to move.
It's just, yeah, you're
Okay.
risky, it's risky if you don't.
Okay.
But let me give you a couple updates. So we did reach out for references. And I just want to give you some of the responses. We did get a positive response. Everyone, we got insurance and bonding for KV, for RNG. We got a nice reference for KV from one of their Ann Arbor projects. And then Mishler Mishler's was, it wasn't, what happened was, is his response, we're working on getting the insurance docs to me. As far as references, I don't typically give out customers' information, but I can reach out to a couple commercial customers, including a few that he mentions, to ensure that they are okay with me giving their information out. As soon as I have the green light from them, I will send that over to you. So that's fine. That was his response. So I'm assuming I'm going to receive those, but the others were, you know, really, and KD had already given references and RNG had already given references previously. So I had wanted them as part of their quote. So I'm just going to share that information with you. So that's where we're at with Mishler's.
They have insurance.
He says he's going to be sending me the docs.
So, right.
Yeah, tell you yes, sir.
Right, the other two had insurance and they were bonded.
Yes, they had bonded, gave me bonded, but
Right. And so, but Mishler's is probably, we're just gonna see a certificate of liability insurance versus a bond.
Why I should go. So
Okay,
should be providing both if he has it. But
if he's
for
bonded,
sure-
he's already bonded.
Right, so for sure, KV did provide him looking. Yeah. And RNG was, but
I assume with RNG being twice the cost, they're kind of already out.
That would be our recommendation. And that we felt that we'd get an adequate job from all three of them. So the two that we're moving forward with are Mishler's, which is at 34,000, and our KV, which is around 30,000. And they're very similar on paper also. So I don't know that I would recommend one over the other.
Well, in my opinion, Mishler's was more detailed in their scope that the work that they were gonna do was a little bit more open to interpretation for KV. And again, in my world, the low and the high aren't necessarily the ones you pick, and somewhere in the middle tends to be the one that works out the best. And so my personal recommendation, not as the committee, but would be to go to Mishler's, but I actually thought that we would have had some kind of insurance information from them today.
Well, the other thing that would be the plus for Mishler's is at their White Lake, where the other one is what, Rochester Hills? I don't remember.
For Mishler's, I did see that they suggested we only need it, or they said that we only need one coat. Are we gonna require them to do the two coats?
We had a discussion about what a skim coat is. Does it count as a full coat? You know, whoever it is isn't just gonna take a roller and go like this and say, I'm done. You know, they're gonna go in and they're gonna put the main coat down and then they're gonna go back and fill it in. So we're gonna call that two coats.
Right. But Mishler's quote, final quote of
Is for two.
$34.50 is two coats of paint, two true coats of paint. The original at $27.25 was one coat. I had to explain to the committee that, you know, technically a one coat is more than one real coat of paint because of spot painting, the patches, they're primed, then they're spot painted. And then to get an even finish, there's a technique called back rolling. So you spread the paint from left to right, and then you back roll from right to left. And so it takes a little bit more paint as you go to make that all work. So, nobody else really here to ask any questions because they're not present, but I would go with Mishler's. That's who I would pick. But again, I would have liked to seen an insurance policy today.
Do we want to say
pending.
We'll go, our preference is to go with Mishler's unless there's an issue with their insurance.
Yeah, I think that's
Can you
our best option at this
Can we do
point.
something like that?
Sure.
Because I like that they're local. I think we should try to support local businesses when we can.
Are they?
I thought they were.
I live in Owasso. I see Owasso.
No, there are lots.
You know what?
That's a little bit of
We're
ways.
looking at our end.
Yes, that's not everyone.
Like, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Very one. So RNG's out of Milford,
I remember the
Rochester Hills is the
KP
case.
was Rochester Hill.
Right, 6-1. Owasso's the farthest away, but doesn't really matter.
Okay, so if we can confirm insurance and bonding and all of that, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but we need to make that official. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
So I'll make the motion that I move that we accept Mishler Painting Plus as the for contractor for the library repaint pending receipt of library of a liability / bond certificates.
Okay. Thank you.
Do I need to put a caveat in there for
No.
if they
Well,
don't?
what, like, oh, but if they don't, then it would be KV?
Right.
Is that what you want to add to?
I mean, we do it now and then
I just wrote.
it's all in
I just wrote
April's
pending
hands.
Insurance review.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yes, so just to add to that, Carrie, that, in the event that they can't produce the certificates of liability and bond in 14 days from today, so 14 good enough for you? Okay, that the motion will revert to KV Painting getting the job.
Okay. We don't have to put any money numbers in there if they're gonna be part of the record through the minutes.
Well, per their quotes. So
We're both reviewed. So. William, Carrie, are you doing it again? Or Becky? Who wants to second that?
Oh,
Okay,
But I agree with you. We probably should put a not to exceed $34,050.
okay, all right. Did you get that too, Carrie?
Yes,
I know we're kind of piecemealing this together, guys.
and I can go back.
Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I would suggest you do that. Once you're ready. Take your time though. We're well ahead of schedule.
Okay, so. William Lansbury made a motion to accept Mishler's painting quote pending receipt of bonding insurance documentation. In the event they can't provide the necessary paperwork, the motion will revert to accepting KV Painting. Accepting KV Paintings quote for the job. And then that's from, I need more information about not to exceed.
Not to exceed $34,050. That's Mishler's.
14 days.
Not to exceed.
It's on the spreadsheet if you want to see it.
Yeah.
Second page of the spreadsheet in your hand. Yep.
Not to exceed 34050.
Correct.
Okay, just want to make sure.
34050.
Okay, I think we're good to go.
You get the 14 days issue.
No, but that's
Not to
okay.
exceed 34,000, and then what is it within?
You get those documents within 14 days.
Yeah, but you're gonna need to put that in right after the Mishler. That they they have 14 days to comply. Ensure a certificate of liability and bonding.
Yep, got it. Okay, good, good, good.
So like June 29th, or do you want to say June 30th, or? Am I overanalyzing this?
Well, what's today?
For the-
So we're at the 24th, so there'll be, just 2 weeks from today.
July 8th.
Oh,
July. Yeah,
Yes, July 8th, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
if they do it by the ninth.
It's 14 days, I think that's.
14 days is plenty, because you asked them, not
We
today,
asked
right?
them,
You asked
yeah.
them. Carrie,
All in
can you
favor?
just, let Carrie read it one more time,
Time period.
please?
William Montgomery made a motion to accept Mishler's painting quote pending receipt of bonding and insurance documentation within 14 days. In the event they can't provide the necessary paperwork, the motion will revert to accepting KD Painting's quote being accepted not to exceed $34,000.
No, 30.
4,050.
50.
Oh,
No, KB was it?
No, they're a lot less.
Yeah,
But,
they're
but we're
30,000.
gonna approve $34,050. And we'll spend 30,000 if we go with KD,
No, it's,
right? Not to exceed.
so do you guys want to recommend it as 34,000 or 34?
no, 34 includes.
$34,050.
Okay,
That's. Okay, second one, we've Sharon, correct? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, 3 yes votes. Any announcements from anybody? No?
No.
Okay, so I would need one more motion.
I make a motion to adjourn the White Lake Township Library Board of Trustees meeting for June 24th, 2026 at 7:33 PM.
All right. Second,
I'll second.
Carrie, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, 3 more yes votes. Next meeting is early. It's like the 22nd, yeah.
Mhm.